terrific to see a full house here today. It's terrific to see so many people committed to supporting people in family violence, to women who are victims of family violence. I've got no doubt we've got in the audience lots of policy makers. I know there are representatives here from Victoria Police who have that role, and I look forward to hearing from them about what we might learn and how we can do better in the future. There will be challenges today, of course. I've got no doubt that some of the people in the audience have experienced this, what we're talking about, family violence, in first hand. So what I want to do today, though, is to set the scene initially, just to talk very quickly about the national and international scene, talk about the Victoria Police experience recently, and then finally to wind up and issue you a challenge about what we want to achieve out of today. You don't need to be a scientist, you don't need to be a researcher to look around the world and see that we're experiencing more natural disasters of greater intensity than we've ever experienced before. We've got floods going on around us today in Victoria. We've had earthquakes in Christchurch. We've had severe flooding in Queensland, which continues. We've had our own fires. Internationally, we see tsunamis, earthquakes, all sorts of natural disasters. So, whether we like it or not, natural disasters are here to stay. My notes would suggest to me that in our lifetime, or in women's lifetime, you'll experience 1 in 6 of you will experience a natural disaster of some magnitude. Natural disasters we tend to think of as things like Black Saturday, but in reading the research that goes into forming the heart of today, I can't help but draw parallels with emergency service workers in all sorts of environments. Some of the women recount their partners suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. I only have to look back on my people and the men and women of Victoria Police who suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder to see direct relevance in some of the research already. We're focusing today on natural disasters, but I look at some of the recommendations, some of the suggestions, and they're equally valid for anyone who suffers from stressful environments. One of the greatest challenges in dealing with family violence is our own concept of masculinity, and I saw that again and again in the research that I read. This was about men being men as they see themselves, as we see ourselves in response to disasters. The implications are that in public we're strong and fearless and not affected. But the implications for many women is when we come home we don't cope at all. The women invariably, that's the closest to these people, suffer. We see increased family violence, we see kids exposed to increased family violence, we see increases in alcohol consumption, in drug consumption, breakdowns of all sorts, reductions in employment. There's much to be seen, much to be learned from the research, even as small as it is. There's much more that we can do to explore this environment.